Hello and welcome to biology class. Children, in last class we have studied about structure of myosin and actin filament. If you remember, myosin filament was composed of head and tail as well as heavy meromyosin, that is HMM, and light meromyosin LMM. Such two parts were there and such two light chains associated with each other, totally forming four light chains that we have studied in the last class regarding myosin. Now on the screen you have regarding actin filament, which is also again a protein molecule present in the muscles. Actin, as you have studied, is composed of three components. That is F-actin, which is actually called as actin filament, tropomyosin, which is shown over here, which is actually seen in the form of beads, small मोतियों जैसे माला जैसे होती है वैसे ट्रोपोमायोसिन की beads है, and along with this troponin, which are actually yellow ones, the three globular protein molecules which are attached to this particular tropomyosin molecule, these are called as troponin, the yellow ones seen over there. Myosin का structure देख लो आप, जैसे दो double stranded जैसे structure, they are highly coiled, as well as at the end, the head part, one molecule of ATP is already seen. So actin filament and myosin both are already given over here. Today we are going to study about mechanism of muscle contraction. Actually, mechanism of muscle contraction, how our muscles contract, how they relax, and how the movement, contraction and relaxation goes rhythmically. This is explained in the theory named as sliding filament theory, walk along theory, also called as Ratchet theory. This was put forth by H.E. Huxley and A.F. Huxley. What does this theory states exactly? This theory states interaction between actin and myosin. This interaction results in the muscular contraction. So this is one of the main reason, basic cause of muscular contraction, that is just the interaction between actin and myosin filament. Actin filaments are interdigitated with myosin filaments. How are they present? How are they situated? Let's see through the diagrammatic picture given over there. Head of myosin is actually joined to the actin backbone by a cross bridge forming a hinge joint. From this joint, head cannot tilt in forward and backward direction. So until and unless it gets joined, until and unless the energy is released, they will not be able to move. They will not be able to show any movement towards forward and backward direction. Let's study about it in this particular picture. First step, what does first step say? You can check out the red molecule shown over here is myosin head, which has high energy configuration. So this head actually has ATP and enzyme, ATPase enzyme, and this becomes active, shows its activity just by breaking down of this ATP molecule takes place, which results in the formation of ADP and inorganic phosphate. You can check out there in the diagram. So the moment the ATP molecule breaks down, the energy which is released, this energy is used for movement of myosin head. So red color myosin head, which is actually attached to tropomyosin, the purple circular structures over there in the actin filament, they both move towards or rub against each other and movement is possible. Now, in the second step, you can check out how ATP was broken down, ADP was formed, that is released now, and how the head moved towards, or they make the contraction between the muscles. During contraction process, the meiosis head gets attached. So now the head is totally attached to the active site of actin filament and pull them inwardly. So it is being pulled. So that actin filament slide over the myosin filament. This results in contraction of muscles. So this is how the contraction of muscles takes place or occurs. Then we have the third step. One ATP molecule was utilized. अब ATP molecule उसके पास नहीं है. So new ATP molecule, check on the slide, new ATP molecule is introduced that enters into the process and again is being utilized by the head of myosin. There it again breaks down, again releases ADP as well as inorganic phosphate. So likewise, continuously the ATP is being utilized and is being broken down, and this is how cyclic events of muscular contraction do take place, and this is how the mechanism, this is how the muscles actually contracts and relax, which makes the movement possible in our body. So this was all about a detailed study about what exactly the mechanism of muscle contraction is. You can check on this slide too, the muscles which you have studied in the previous lesson. The action potential arrives at neuromuscular junction. So nerves and the muscles, how are they connected with each other? How exactly acetylcholine, ये जो axon का structure है, कैसे उसमें vesicles है, and the enzyme present in that vesicles then gets released, makes excitation, and this excitation brings about the movement of bones, which actually the calcium released over there further makes the movement of these muscles, the mechanism which we have studied right now. So troponin as well as troponin which is present in the actin filament reacts with the or shows an interaction with the myosin fiber or myosin filament and finally brings about muscular contraction. So you can check out thick and thin filament interaction leads to muscle contraction. This is how the muscle contracts, and this is how the muscle then later on shortens and produces tension, which makes the muscles to contract. And further, as per the process moves ahead, then the muscles will relax. So this contraction and relaxation makes the movement of the body easier. So this was all about muscle contraction. In the next class, we are going to study about physiology of muscle relaxation as well as relaxation of muscle fibers. So as of now, I am concluding the topic here, concluding the class over here. Thank you all and have a good day. Sana.